Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yes, we're painting again. Look at this madness getting straight in there with the ultramarine blue and white. Yeah, I forgot to put the white on first. Oops. Ultramarine blue and white. A bit more ultramarine blue though. I want the sky to be nice. But not too nice. Not too nice. Because I want this to be quite a cold painting. Quite cold. So you might recognise the idea of this painting. Because I painted it yesterday. But I wanted to try it again with a different lighting setup. Speaking of that, I didn't want to do all this blue really, because I wanted... So what I started with is just a bit of blue and white there. Now I'm throwing in some brown, burnt umber. Lovely jubbly. Now we've got a grey look, nice grey. So I want that in there. Think clouds. I don't necessarily want the cloud to be really, really dark. But I definitely want it darker than that. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, because as I know from being out there looking at clouds now, really I'm an expert. I laugh at myself. The idea of me being an expert is quite funny, really. Oh, yes. See how dark that went? I'll tell you my secret weapon in a minute. Just keep it a secret though, because I don't want everybody to know. Because some artists get laughed at because they're using black. And I don't want to be one of them. Sometimes I think I maybe made that up, that people don't like using ivory black. No, it was an idea from Impressionists, actually. The idea of not using black, because it deadens the colours. It wasn't from what I've read, anyway. It's an Impressionist that said it. But who knows? Who knows? Could have been anybody. Maybe it was me. So, anyway, using my mixer brush, I'll use one of these fingers, probably this one. I tend to use this one, actually. My mixer brush, which is not a brush. Beautiful. See how that softens. Gives it more of a cloud look. Be surprised how much a artist uses other tools than just a brush. Oh, I like doing mountains. Good fun, aren't they? Mountain here, mountain there. Let's go whoop over there as well. I mean, this isn't going to be an exact replica of the other painting, but the idea is the same. The idea is there. The mountain, the castle, that idea, basically. Just putting a bit of white in my colour just so I can see what's going on here. There we go. Let's bring that down to about there. I'm going to be quite strict with myself with light, because I want to make sure that my light today is coming this way. So I want it to hit this side of the mountain and then this side of the castle, because yesterday I did it coming that way, and I want to try this scene in different ways. It's a good thing to do, you know, doing the same scene and then try and paint it again with different light. People do it on the computer, and why I say people, I did, and other people do, obviously. But I found it really helpful, quite enjoyable as well. And I know who started it off. The genius that is Turner. I mean, someone else may have done it as well before him, but Turner and Constable, they were the two legends of painting, and they worked out plein air painting a little bit more than others, and then follow history, the Impressionists, the great Impressionists like Monet and others that I can't remember the names of. They also learnt from Turner and great painters, British painters like me. So really, I should be known as another great in the same breath as Turner and Constable. Oh dear. I think I've watched a bit too much of The American Office recently. I think of funny things that I could say on these episodes. Right. Come on, Jason. Keep it together. So we're going to be doing a castle. So our castle lives about here, but remember I said I want the light on this side. So, zoop, zoop, oops. I don't worry about errors anymore. Painting errors are a way of life, and we don't worry about them because they happen. Yeah. Well, that'll do. I think I've done enough there. I think I'll call this one finished. Now I'm going to carry on. I'm doing a lot of thinking with this one. I'm thinking, well, I need to get this, but then I haven't got enough there. I haven't got enough there. See, I've already painted it in my mind, so... In theory, I could just stop. I used to think that. I know I joke about that. I'm joking about that now, just so you realise that I'm just joking. I used to think it. I used to think a few things, actually, that's a bit weird. One, if I watch someone doing a painting on YouTube, it means I've done a painting. So... or on anything else. If I've watched someone do a painting, it means I've done a painting as well, so I don't really need to do one. because I watched someone else do one. And I used to think the same. If I do an art class, if I watch an art class, then if I watch it all the way through and have a cup of tea while I'm watching, a few biscuits, maybe a Kit Kat. Once I've watched it all, I'm just throwing in like more colour here, just to get a base colour really. Yeah, I've had a Kit Kat, I watched it all. That means, theoretically, I'm just as good as that person now. When reality is, as you know, you actually do have to put pen to paper, as they say, to actually get better. Unfortunately, it isn't just about watching. I mean, you learn a lot by watching, but if you want to get better at painting, you've got to paint, haven't you? And then you get that question. This is a question that I used to think. How long will it take me to get good at painting? 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks? Because that's the time I've got available. And you can't put a time on that, unfortunately. It just takes how long it takes, doesn't it? You just get better all the time just by doing. Like I said, do. You've got to do. You have got to do stuff. Does make me laugh though. Poor Jason, eh? He thought he could get good at painting just by watching people paint, and then he would just know what to do exactly. But how would you know the reactions of paint? So we're just blocking in still, and now we've got a base done, which is good. Got your base done, and then you can start. I mean, you can use a bigger brush than I've used. I've used a 1/2-inch graduate brush just to get things going. But you know, you can use whatever you want to use. You can use I was going to say a 5-inch brush then. That'd be huge, wouldn't it? That'd be the end of the page. You just go. That'd be the whole of this, maybe. Yeah, you could use a bigger brush like this. What, a 1-inch brush? That could do things a bit quicker for you. So it's up to you when you're painting. You get used to your tools, I find. And it doesn't necessarily mean expensive tools, because these brushes aren't expensive. And look at the masterpieces I'm throwing out. Oh dear. One masterpiece after another. And I'm using brushes that are only £1. Wow. I mean... It's funny, the art teachers that take a commission on sales, they'll tell you to get you need the best. Oh yes, you need the best canvas. You need the best everything to do good paintings. Here we go. Let me put you down for one of these, and one of these. Only the best, otherwise your paintings won't work. It's terrible, eh? That's a little bit knackered, that tower. That's how I painted it originally. I wanted it to look a bit knackered. Got this wall that comes down. And then we have our bridge here. I might change this bridge. No, I do quite like the way it is actually. It is slightly different to the last painting. I think I've got more bridge. Go quite light on the first pass of the bridge, and then we can go a bit darker on the second pass. Okay. Bit of a reflection. Just get a little bit less colour, just so I can something like that. So we've brought this bridge forward, haven't we? But that's alright, it is alright like that. I don't mind it like that. I might even take it there, have the land there. Just for something different. Change it up a bit. I've got a couple of trees there. Oh, my filter's making a racket on my fish tank. What a disaster. Right, where are we? What we need is a bit of light colour. So all I'm doing is going into this white. It's all a little bit dry, so you can wet it with your brush and it reactivates, and you can add a bit of blue in it or whatever you want. Something like there. Get that light on that. And on here as well. A little bit less there. And on there. That's behind, isn't it? Something like that. So the snow on this tree here would catch a little bit of light. So would this tree. And the snow here would. I want to mist it a little bit by just touching it with my finger. And we'll brighten this up a bit more as the painting progresses. I quite like this dark bridge. I do like this. Maybe we can leave it a bit dark for now. I want to mist that away though. Okay, that's disappeared now, sort of. See what happens when it dries. It should be disappearing anyway. So I've got to think about the mountain because we've got this light coming this way. So I'm gonna have a bit of light hitting this mountain here. And there. And I want some on this side. And there's a bit here as well. Okay. Can get a little bit more. Might connect that actually there. Just sort of having a quick look at that. Okay. Maybe I'll have another piece there. Just catching a bit of light. That's quite interesting. I might have a bit there as well. It's quite distant, so I don't want it to be too much. Okay. I do like the bridge. Darkness. So I might leave that. I might have a light on the top of the bridge just to break it away a little bit, but I do really like the darkness of the bridge. See, things happen when you're painting and you don't expect. Because I was going to put snow all over that bridge, and now I've changed my mind. So what I might do, though, I want to get some dark, and I want this to be the darkest sort of area. This castle. Get some ivory black in there as well. Okay, I might put a little bit in that tree, a little bit of darker colour. Really just to create a separator for this land there. But that means I need to darken this a little bit more to separate from that. It's kind of a balance, isn't it, between separating and being able to see what things are. Because I've got that, and then this goes up a bit of a wall type thing. That was the idea anyway. Something like that. We've got it in more water now. I might just get a little bit of blue and white on my finger. See if I can just get a better shape there. I'll leave that quite dull because that's off the page, so I'm not worried too much about that. Not too bad. I might add a bit more detail in the mountain. Going to use my finger, if you dip your finger in a little bit of water, you can reactivate it slightly, and that kind of, if you've got a little bit too much detail, it can soften it nicely. And if you dip it into lots of water like I just did, it really softens it. I'm actually happier with that now than I was. There we go, let's have a look at that. Get a little bit of dark in there as well. So you can really detail your mountain the way you want it to go, and have some fun with it. I'm going to probably stick there. Twist or stick? I think I'll stick. I'll stick there, Mr. Banker. So, got some blue. I want to just get a little bit of a blue light hitting this bridge. It's only a faint blue light really, and I want that to go in there. And then along this area. These steps. Something like that. So you can do all kinds of things with like a little bit of this blue colour, and it will fade away. Like if you want to put some little designs on your bridge. Oh, I'm going to miss that bit out, like I said, because that's sort of vanishing, isn't it? We can still do something, but like fainter. If you want to add some maybe some designs. Just fade them away a little bit there. Something like that. Now, what I want to do get another brush. I want to get a really light colour. Basically a white. For the side of this. Keep things quite cold, and white is quite a cold colour as it is. So it'll keep this stone looking nice and cold. And then this side as well. And this side. Use my finger just to smudge it a little bit, and then that light sort of breaks there. Hits that bit, then that bit, and that bit there, and that. And a little bit of that there. Gonna put a bit more white on this side. And then if it would hit this, it would actually hit the top of these, wouldn't it? It would probably hit this there. And then probably this. And then this side, which usually we have. We need to have a path still. Let's get a little bit of blue in my colour. Get a bit of blue. I'm going to bring this down. comes down there. It wants to be a little bit darker on this side. I might lighten this castle. Now I'm looking at it, I'd like to have a bit of blue in the dark. Oh no. Bit of blue in the dark side of the castle. And on the dark part of that as well. Yeah. It's coming on, isn't it? Have a little bit more dark in there. Because it's gonna suddenly change when I add more white in this part. It's gonna go zing. I want some white that's hitting this snow here on this side of the place, and then it sort of disappears as it goes away. Bit more sheen there. Just break that up a bit there. Yeah, car looks cool. What I might do, gonna start putting a few details in the castle. I might start putting a few. Oops, that brush is a bit weird. Bit of a sort of a piece there and there and there. It's like an ice castle, isn't it? I really like it. Would have been good in something like Game of Thrones, wouldn't it? Shame I'm a few years late. I actually think the art department did amazing on that show, actually. Okay, they did awesome. Brilliant it was. Yeah, I've got some rock there. Bit of a put some doors and stuff in that as well. So I need some black to get some want to put some windows in. A window there. Right, I'll have the door there this time. Right there. A little bit of a mark there. But it's one of those things, you know, you can do a lot of detail if you want to. You can really go for it with these paintings. Might have a door there as well. Window there, another window there, and there, some there. That looks ace. I'm really having fun with this one. I'm really happy with this. This is coming out better than I thought it would. It's really enjoying it. So we've got quite a cool castle going on. I want to get a sort of a mist on the water. I'm going to try and get an effect. Sort of a smoky kind of effect. That kind of works, but I don't like it here. That should help. Yeah, that does help actually. Get rid of that bit there. Okay, so I've got the ice castle. Yeah, I think I quite like that. Maybe a little bit of blue on the side of this. Just some detail, but not too much on the bridge, because I don't want to lose the darkness, but I just want a bit more to it. Maybe so I haven't got that tree that was there. I don't think I want it anymore, because I like those two trees. They're quite nice. Maybe I'll put a figure on the bridge. That could be good. Bit of a dark colour. About there, maybe. What do we think? A horse? Quite a tall horse. And then the rider, maybe. That'd be, because that'd be. If we want to be able to see it, we're gonna have to have the horse like there, wouldn't we? And then the rider would be there. It's alright, it's quite small, so we don't worry too much about it. I'm going to give it a little bit of a white light, because we've got the white light hitting the back, haven't we? So I can kind of do something like that to give an indication of someone on a horse riding to the ice castle. Yeah, there we go. There was a something a little bit different. Could even add a bit more light on this part. It's just breaking through. And on this bit as well. Bit of dry colour. Dry ice. Just adds a bit more texture, that does, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I'll go with that. I'm quite liking it. I quite like it. So yeah, there we have the ice castle with the ice queen riding to the castle. And a couple of ice dragons up here. Should I? Should I? Make that sort of vanish a little bit. Don't want it to be too bright. The light actually should come from this side, shouldn't it? Yeah. Just a bit of indication of a dragon. Don't know if that really works, to be honest. Let's get rid of it. Wasn't quite what I had in mind. So you can quickly get rid of them just like that, simply. There we go. I'll call that one finished. Maybe I will do a dragon in one of these paintings. I need to practice. I need to practice dragons. But anyway, there we go. There's a nice ice kingdom for our little ice queen on the horse. So thanks so much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers. Bye.